Welcome to Catalyst Conversations, the podcast where we spark powerful change in women's wealth. I'm Hadriana Leo, a wealth coach, counselor, and strategist, and each week we dive into the conversations, strategies, and stories that help women confidently create the life they've always dreamed of. In this space, we bring together the wisdom of people from all walks of life who are ready to break free from the cycle of financial stress and build lasting wealth. From interviews with inspiring people, to deep dives into money mindset, to practical tips for achieving financial freedom, you'll find it all here. Together, we'll unlock the mindset, tools, and strategies that empower you to step into your financial power. Whether you're tuning in for the first time or you're a loyal listener, we're here to support your wealth journey. So grab your favorite bevy, settle in, and let's get started on transforming your relationship with money. This is Catalyst Conversations, igniting change in women's wealth. Let's spark the conversation. So about almost 25 years ago, my husband and I landed at Toronto Pearson International Airport with all kinds of visions in our head for what our lives could be and what we wanted our lives to be. Fast forward to today, so much has changed along the way, and so much was not what we expected. I want to share with you how you can go from the visions in your head to living a reality of a life that is full and rich and lived on purpose. So welcome to this edition of Catalyst Conversations. In this episode, we're going to talk about turning what's in your head into your reality. It's in there, but we need to get it out. And we're going to be focusing on mindset, specifically in the area of your money mindset and how that mindset is fantastic. It's great. It is wonderful. But we need to take the next step. So it's wonderful to have the vision. And I know that that vision is powerful because it was powerful for me. But it's missing something else to turn it into reality, because we can't spend our lives dreaming. We can't spend our lives hoping and wishing and wanting and all the rest that's in that song. I forget half of them half the time. But that's not our position. That's not actually how we create wealth. That's not how we impact generations. That's not how we leave a legacy. So let's explore what's in your head. And let me just assure you this. What's in your head, the dreams, the visions that you've had of your life lived well, lived rich, lived fully, and lived on purpose. It was put in your head for a reason. That's one. And second, it is achievable. Say it with me. My vision is achievable. Come on, one more time. My vision is achievable. Record that somewhere in your voice, saying it. And as you say it, believe it. Your vision is achievable. So why does your vision of wealth matter? And I'm going to focus on this word here, your vision of wealth, because one of the things that we had to do for our family was understand that wealth looks different for just about everybody, for many people. And that wealth, the way it's manifested, I guess in the general public, the way it's advertised and the things it's come to represent can often be off-putting. Okay, so we see wealth misbehaving a lot. We see power that is misused and abused, and we see that a lot even now. We see wealth getting a really bad name, a bad reputation, because what you see generally is the negative. You don't hear about the people who are using wealth strategically, impactfully, for the social good, for the benefit of themselves and for humanity. You don't really hear that on the news. What we see more often than not is wealth misbehaving. Your wealth vision is going to be defined by you. There isn't a one size fits all wealth. And that's why you need to claim your vision. You need to put that vision together in ways that speak to you, in ways that align with you, in ways that light you up, because that's why that vision was put inside you. You need to move beyond the status quo that's everywhere and figure out what wealth is going to look like for you. And that power of visualization is strong. Visualization, it's kind of like the biblical reference to faith being substance of what cannot be seen. That is, in essence, the power that visualization has. See yourself wealthy. Now that you've defined wealth for yourself, see yourself wealthy. See yourself as that professional woman, not dependent on that 9 to 5, because you've accumulated a certain level of wealth that you can work if you choose to, not because you have to. See yourself as that couple, that family that is looking to impact the world socially, so that you can take time off and go on those mission trips or these climate activist trips. You can take some time to go and speak to power wherever it sits, whether that is Parliament Hill or it could be your mayor's office. You are able to address some of the social ills that you see in the world and not have to depend on the big conglomerate charities that, they have so much overhead, not much of your money is actually going to meet the need. You can start helping in ways that are tangible, because now you have wealth sufficient, overflowing, that you can take care of your needs and the needs of someone else. Your visualization is where you start seeing the details of what wealth looks like and feels like for you, and then move from that abstract of visual to actually taking some steps. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, let's understand that having the vision is only the beginning. It is powerful, don't get me wrong. Having the vision is powerful. That mindset, it's strong and it will move you, but it needs to move you not to another dream, but to concrete, actionable steps. If we stay in the visual segment, if we stay just thinking about things and refining the dream, we never actually get to bring that dream into reality. So your healthy, wealthy mindset is phenomenal. So let's acknowledge that. You, with your mindset on point, you have healthy mental hygiene, you have a strong, focused mindset, and the visualization of your wealth is detailed. You can feel it, you can see it, you can do all that good stuff with it. That is fantastic. Now, we need to get out of dreaming and start taking steps. If you are still struggling with building that money mindset, be sure to go into the description below, because I do have a money mindset challenge, that teaching series that can be delivered directly to your inbox. You can take a look, get in on all those teaching videos and the guides delivered directly to you. You can be part of that money mindset challenge and come out of it so much stronger and ready to take action. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that are in your way. What are some of the roadblocks that we face that kind of prevents us, or at least slows us down in bringing our wealth into reality? The roadblocks, some of them are tiny, some of them are huge, but there are three main ones that I want to kind of touch on today that you should be looking out for, because these roadblocks are getting in your way. The first one let's talk about is fear of failure and ding, 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 fear of success. And I can tell you, fear of success is my nemesis, even as I fought the programming in my life that was predominantly fear of failure, because failure was not an option. But fear of success, fear of success is scary as ever to me. It was like my ultimate self-sabotage, because there were so many things playing in my head, so many recordings, so many other voices kind of telling me what success would be. And not just fear of success, but fear of sustainable success. What if I was able to become independently wealthy and create and establish a wonderful legacy of social contribution and all of that, and then I went bust? What happens if that happens? So, for me personally, and perhaps for you, fear of sustaining my wealth was one of the biggest roadblocks to me taking action. It was one of the things that stood most in my way when it was time for me to take that vision and convert it into concrete, actionable steps. So, fear, in whatever form it shows up for you, is a roadblock you need to identify and neutralize. Let me tell you, neutralize it. Now, in all of these challenges that I'll share with you, I have to say this as well. There is no one and done. If this is something that you're challenged by, if these roadblocks are things, especially the three that we're going to talk about, it is quite possible that these are areas where you will continue to be challenged. It's quite possible that you're going to feel great today. You know, this week you're really on top of all of these challenges. You're mentally like, things are rolling along, and something happens, something triggers you, and the next day or the next week or the next month, you're back in that space where the fear is showing up again, or another challenge is showing up again. That is part of the journey. That is part of the journey. It's called slipping up. It's called missing a step. It's called, falling down. The important thing is you got to get up. And I can tell you that, having been on this journey for a number of years now, it's easier for you to get up as you do this over and over. You spend less time being down, you spend less time being stuck, and you develop an arsenal of tools and resources, let me tell you, that is able to neutralize these triggers when they show up, so that what used to cost you a week's worth of mental progress and tangible movements in the direction of your wealth journey, it's now going to be maybe a half a day, or it might be a half an hour. It now changes things so that you are down in the dumps for a lot less time, and you're back on your feet and you're going again. So don't feel that this is something that, I've conquered my money mindset and I am strong and I will ever be. These things happen. Anticipate that. In fact, one of the modules that I teach in my coaching is how to get out of fail. Because we will mess up, guys. We will trip up. We need a plan, though. So one, we can identify when we're slipping. And two, we can either avert a complete wipeout and get back on track. Or if we do end up all the way down, we have the tools, the resilience, the confidence that we can do it again. All right. So the first roadblock we talked about was fear of either failure or success. The other roadblock I wanted to touch on was the old money stories that are playing in our heads, the ones that keep reminding you of how you used to spend, the ones that keep telling you about how money is horrible, it's evil, and the people who have it are no good. Those money stories that say, you know what, my whole life I've been the underdog. People have kicked me around figuratively and maybe literally. So obviously wealth is not for me. Scratch that. This is where the DJ takes the record. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. We need to go and rewrite. We need to reframe. We need to retell the stories with truth as the foundation and tell stories that actually serve us and fuel us for our wealth journey. So these old money stories, we need to reframe. Yes, it's true. You made poor spending decisions back then, but you're in a different chapter, you're in a different place. And even if the last time you made a poor spending decision was 5 minutes ago, you're no longer 5 minutes ago, you're now. And every now moment is an opportunity to retell and rewrite that story. So that old money story, bye, bye, bye. It's time for that to go. And then the third roadblock is a lack of a clear plan. And I don't know why we think we can just wing it at wealth, but please don't try to wing it at wealth. Every story you've heard about people who tried to wing it at wealth, it ends up with less than stellar results. Not even less than stellar. Some of them are just downright sad. I think I wrote a blog one time about the windfall mentality and why lottery winners so often end up right back in the financial situation they were at before they won the lottery or had that big win or got that big inheritance. What's going to happen here is we did not prepare for the windfall. We did not equip ourselves for the windfall. We just figured, here's all this money, let's just use it. No clear plan. It's the same thing that happens when we have the vision in our head and we figure, I'm just going to wing it and see what happens. I've winged it a time or two, let me tell you, and it doesn't work. Not having a clear plan is going to cost you time. It's going to cost you effort. It's going to cost you energy. And it's going to cost you way more money along the way than if you had defined a plan. Understand that a clear plan is not a perfect plan. So it doesn't mean that you don't have a perfect plan, but you don't have a clear plan. And a clear plan looks like, again, tangible steps, measurable steps, definitions of what success would look like, and milestones or mile markers that'll help you know, okay, I've achieved this, now this is next. That's your clear plan. That doesn't mean that you won't have to refine, because you will. The thing that you thought was going to work so well, as you're implementing it, could easily turn into, this is not what I thought it was going to be. The outcomes are not the same. This is asking more of me than I thought, what have you. That happens. That is part of deploying your plan. You know, as you deploy, you're going to see this might work, this didn't work, or this surely did work. A clear plan is not necessarily a perfect plan, but a clear plan gives you your action steps, tracks and measures, refines and renews, and certainly it celebrates. So these three roadblocks of fear, lacking a clear plan, and these old money stories, they're only three, but they're the three that I see happening most often when I interact with clients who are kind of stuck on a hamster wheel, knowing that they have the money, they have the desire, but nothing's happening. These are the three roadblocks. All right. So how do we turn that vision into action? Finally, I'm getting there. How do we turn that vision? How do we convert that money mindset into tangible wealth? First, foremost, setting goals. And remember, I spoke about our heart goals as opposed to SMART goals in a few episodes before, so please go back and take a look at these. But you need to set your heart goals. These are holistic, emotional, aligned, rewarding, and transformational goals. These are the goal setting attributes that it's going to help you turn your vision into aligned and achievable goals. Now, aligned is really important to me because for some people, attacking wealth is black and white, and that's fine. If that's you, more power to you, my person. If that is not you, then heart goal setting is going to be helpful to you because you need more. You need a deeper connection to your goals. You need more alignment in with your goals, and that is how you're going to take action. So very linear thinking with SMART goals, very emotionally driven and alignment driven with heart goals. The other way, that next step that'll help you turn that vision into action is daily wealth mindset practices. Yes, you have the vision. You need to not think that it's step one, put it away, and then step two, moving on. You need to maintain a daily wealth mindset practice. You need to be constantly feeding and fueling that healthy mindset so that the small actions you're going to take every day will help to reinforce your beliefs, your belief in your potential, your belief in your capacity, your belief in the vision itself that drive that purpose. Daily wealth mindset practices are essential. Next thing I want you to consider is using wealth focused language. This is a big deal for me because the words we speak become our reality. It's not anything magical. It's not woo woo. It's how we reinforce the things in our head, and it comes out your mouth, and somehow or other, the world conspires to make it happen because your actions follow through. So using wealth focused, vision focused language is so important. You're not going to say, I hope to be financially free. Yeah, we all hope to be financially free. That's still living in your head. Instead, you say action oriented language. I am building financial freedom every day. That's you not deluding yourself, but that's you actually sitting in the reality, the drive, the vision, the action stance of daily decision making and action taking towards your wealth vision coming into reality. Words are going to shape that reality. And finally, let's take some tactical first steps. Let's take some strategic next steps. Let's look at one step, one thing you can take this week, one thing you can do this week or today or in the next hour. One thing. After you've done that one thing, sit back, appreciate and acknowledge the progress you've made with that one thing, and then do the next thing. We need to take the steps. And just like a snowball, you'll find that as you take steps consistently, you're going to start having bigger impact. You're going to see bigger results, and you're going to be building that momentum so that the next steps become so much easier because you're on a roll. You're taking the steps and it becomes easy for you. So turning that vision into action, heart goals for your wealth, daily wealth mindset practices, using vision focused language, and taking those tactical, strategic first steps and turning them into your vision of wealth becoming a reality. Listen, if you're struggling to convert that vision, that mindset into actual tangible results in your wealth journey, we certainly need to talk. Go down into that description, find me, connect with me. I always have room for a free coaching call. Schedule yours today. And if you're not ready for a coaching call, I've got tons of free resources on my website to assist you. We've got videos, worksheets, templates, all kinds of resources that I can recommend, and they are all on our website. So be sure that you have no excuses. You don't give room to any excuses that are holding you back from turning that vision in your head into your wealth reality. It has been my pleasure to bring you this episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time on Catalyst Conversations, where we spark change in women's wealth. Toodles! Thank you for joining me today on Catalyst Conversations. I hope this episode sparked something powerful to help on your journey to building wealth confidently and unapologetically. If you loved today's conversation, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if something resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep moving toward your goals, stay empowered, and continue sparking change on your wealth journey. This is Hadriana, and you've been listening to Catalyst Conversations.